Morning, folks. Jason, Tradesman Outdoor Adventures. Beautiful spring day in Prince William Forest Park. And I just want to do a quick check-in. A couple months ago, in fact, in early February, I did a video talking about how I might want to not transition the channel, but also have content on the channel related to other outdoor pursuits. Namely for me, that's running, endurance training. And so in the intervening 2 months, I've continued to put the work in, and I've been looking for ways to kind of keep myself accountable and track my journey other than what goes on my Garmin watch or whatnot. And so this is mostly for me, but ideally it might prove useful to somebody out there who also is considering doing the same thing, or is going through similar challenges, or has gone through similar challenges and is looking for inspiration. There's a number of folks out there that are in much better shape than I am, that catalog their journeys. And I just want to be one of those people that might help somebody else, or if nothing else, it's for me to look back at and say, like, well, look at the mistakes you're making, which is unlikely, or man, you have a lot of progress to be proud of, which is what I'm aiming for, or for my kids, or my family, or whoever. So maybe it's for that one person out there that's going to watch this. Maybe it's for a lot of folks. At any rate, if you watched the last video from February, you know, that I just kind of hadn't been taking care of myself, and I got fed up. And as a dad and a husband, I don't think I was setting the best example around the house. So I did something about it. So from February to today is April 11th, definitely made some gains and some improvements. So I'm just gonna march through those really quick, march through my training plan, march through my goals for the rest of the year. Planning on taking a trip out camping, maybe a one-nighter, maybe a two-nighter this weekend. So we'll do another walk around to the truck for those of you that like the truck content and the overlanding content, but also want to do a weekly vlog, just detailing and holding myself accountable for my progress, not just on running miles, but nutrition, sleep, stress management, which is always a challenge when you have 5 kids, and a marriage. So my weight in early February was 254 pounds. Now that was down, and maybe I'll do another video on this. At my highest, I was like 305, and it was bad. So in October, when I decided to start really doing something about this, I didn't check my weight, but I was probably like 290. So I dropped that down to 254 in early February. Right now I'm 246. In terms of diet, I was doing kind of the low carb keto thing. I just respond sharply to carbohydrates. But I knew at some point, the more that I ran, I couldn't continue that. So I've been trying to go to a more macro-based system, and I'm still fine-tuning kind of caloric needs versus getting that protein, carb, fat balance right, because I also want to start free weight training again. Anyways, 254, I'm sitting kind of right at 246. I've kind of plateaued there for about a month. So ideally, I'd like to drop another 20 or 25 pounds. I'm never going to be a skinny guy, but I think that will get me back to where I used to be when I was kind of at peak running condition about 10 years ago. So what races have I done since really kind of kicking up the running pursuit, I guess? I did the Marine Corps 1775 last month, because that gets you an automatic entry to either the Marine Corps Marathon or the Marine Corps 50K, which is what I've decided to do. That's going to be October, I think it's 29th this year. That is the shortest of the ultramarathons, but to me it seems like a pretty cool go, and I find people that run ultramarathons very inspirational. I'd like to be able to say that I did one of those even at age 45. So I did the 1775 in March. That went pretty well. A lot of hill work, and I pulled my calf. So that was actually through Prince William Forest Park, where I am right now. It was a very cold day. So was 11-ish miles. Anyways, finished that. Felt really good. At the moment, in the time, I was pretty tired, but felt really good. And then it's just been a slow and steady build of miles. This past weekend, I kind of had like an 8 or 9 mile run and decided to make it a half marathon. So that was cool, just to say that I've done a half marathon. It was not a quick half marathon. It was like a 2:20 half. But I have been trying very hard to focus on MAF training. So keeping that heart rate kind of in the aerobic zone, which for me is like 135. And it's pretty hilly here in Northern Virginia, so I have a hard time managing that in a lot of cases. So I'm fine with a slow half marathon right now. When it comes time to race time, my goal is endurance. But it was just nice to say that I checked that off. I hadn't run a half marathon in probably 9 years. So those are the two kind of official, semi-official ones. My training focus has been either just using my Garmin watch, a slow and steady build from like 0 to a half marathon, which is a pretty decent program. Technically, now that I've run it, I don't know if I'm going to keep sticking with it. But I'm technically supposed to run another half as the culmination of this program on April 29th. I don't know if I'll do it or not. Because my next official race is the Marine Corps Marathon Historic Half in Fredericksburg, and that's in mid-May. So I think it's mid-May. That'll be my next official race. What I'm trying to do is, if you do, I think it's 5 races. It is the 1775, don't use my thumb, 1775, the Historic Half, the Quantico 12K in August, either the Marine Corps Marathon or the Marine Corps 50K, and then there's like a turkey trot in November. If you can do those 5, it's not distinguished participant, but you get those 5 races done and you get a special medal. For me, that's a good goal, I think, to shoot for the year, because I'm goal-oriented. So I have the race plan in August, then the 50K in October, and then the turkey trot it's like a week later in November. I'd like to do other races in there. Sometimes I think they're kind of a waste of money, but it also is cool to have some motivation and then get a medal out of it and a t-shirt. Gear I'm using, and I will do some reviews on these later. But so far, what am I running in? I was running in the Brooks Ghost, whatever number they were, and I was having all kinds of problems. I'm a big dude. I don't think they're cushioned enough, because when I transition to the shoes I'm wearing now, which I have about 175 miles on, the Hoka Arahis, night and day. Amazing. I'll do a 300-mile review on them for big dude running. They've been great. Also, Garmin Venu 2 watch, also outstanding for what I've never had any other running watch other than the old Nike Run watches from like 10 years ago. This has been great. I'm not a real big tech guy, but it's proven super useful for me. So I just want to kind of offer this as an update. I will do a more in-depth weekly update, hopefully every Saturday or Sunday, starting this coming weekend. But I just want to let you know I'm still out there. I haven't done much more with the truck. It'll just be me going camping this weekend, so I'm not in kind of a rush to get the bunk done. But all is well. Really enjoying the spring. Had a great Easter. Life is busy. Life is stressful, but I have a lot more to be thankful for and blessed by than really to complain about, if I'm being fair and honest. So I hope this finds you well. I am happy to answer any questions. I am still a novice runner, I would say, even though I'm averaging 25 miles a week. I don't know where that puts me. For a lot of people, that's a lot. For a lot of people, that's like a daily run. I'm not David Goggins. Anyways, hope you're well. Hope this update finds you well. Hope you find it useful. Happy to field any questions. And I just look forward, not just to helping others out there, but when future Jason comes back and watches this video, to say, like, look where you were and look how far you've come between now and then. So to all of you out there struggling or starting your own like running adventures or outdoor adventures or overlanding adventures or whatever, keep your chin up, and I'll see you soon.